without any effort, a holy and sacred rhythm of our in-breath and out-breath, naturally and easily, comes into a sacred rhythm that allows our body now to relax. All the concerns of a material world, we can simply put on the side and allow ourselves to be in this eternal now, knowing that each holy, sacred in-breath and out-breath is the breath of Brahma, the breath of the divine. And no matter the experiences or the challenges of the day or the week or the times you may find yourselves, beloved, this eternal now is sacred and present. And choose now to step into this holy and sacred space where all other concerns, situations begin to dissolve as this higher vibration comes from you and to you as a divine connection of heaven and earth. And it meets in the heart center, that heart center that holds the sacred holy tabernacle, that holds that divine sacred spark that is you. It is the divine and sacred template from what you are and from where you have come from. It is the golden key. It is the divine blueprint that is ever with you. Incarnation after incarnation, timeline after timeline, and no matter the circumstances in this cosmic travel, it is ever present. It is ineffable. It is eternal. And it is the connection of the divine, El Elyon, the most highest God, the supreme one, the source of all. And so we breathe the sacred in-breath and out-breath in the remembering of this sacred holy connection that we have within our own DNA. And it is this sacred connection that there are those, so many, who would vie for, that understand how precious it is, even when we are not aware. But it is time here now, beloveds, to be aware, to be fully conscious as you rise in your vibration beyond a world of duality, of night and day, sleep and waking. That these things now are to come into a singularity of perfect balance as we reach for and tether the higher divine anchor of the Holy Trinity. If you can imagine, beloveds, as though you would see a seesaw that goes up and down. But if you could imagine that this seesaw is balanced because it is tethered to a higher anchor, which holds the seesawing plane into a trinity that is stabilized. And so it is this that we seek upon the sacred earth, to bring in the higher anchor, to bring in the divine spark from the highest realms of light through the children of light, as they anchor their higher heart within this Trinity that the masters who have walked upon the earth speak of and refer to, that higher heart of compassion and unconditional love, that it is anchored in the higher anchoring that stabilizes to two lower points of the sacred Trinity. And in this stabilization is when the polarities come into balance. The divine perfect balance. And it is in the perfect balance, beloved, that the ascension takes place. It brings in the shalometh shalom, the unshakable peace, the peace that surpasses all human understanding. That in this platform of perfect balance, you bring once again the divine feminine and the divine masculine in equal measure to each other, and brings forth once again the divine beauty, the divine sacredness and unfolding of joy and bliss, a higher sensing and feeling that you all have within you, beloveds. This knowing of a paradise, this knowing of paradise worlds in Shambhala, and peace and joy, diversity of the divine in a myriad of expressions, and yet all interconnected and all one. This longing that you have deep in your bones, beloved, this sensing of home, this is who you are in your most splendid glory. And as you yearn, as you strive, as it puts you in your heart's dreaming and your soul pulse, it brings you upon your path of light. It brings you upon your spiritual journey. It brings you upon those partnerships and agreements that were set beyond time and space in an ever unfolding cosmic story of which you play an immense part. So, beloveds, this sacred connection here now in this moment moves in all directions, in all dimensions and realms. And as a great, brilliant star attracts all those of the family of light, the Ami Shaddai, coming together as one divine singularity to hold, expand this light, and bring its brilliance into the darkness of ignorance, of fear, of pain, of hurt and woundedness, to bring forth once again the clarity of this bliss, of this perfect balance, of this joy, of this sense of wonderment, to ignite that once again deep within the cellular consciousness, deep into the atomic consciousness, in every life waveform upon the planet, as it ignites now in you, as this spark begins to grow, for it is now infused with the higher parts of yourselves and with the interconnections of the family of light of which you are a part, beloveds. Your work is not only upon the physical expression of this material world and a density that many have not been familiar with, but have grown accustomed to, but has never forgotten and continues to be tethered to the higher vibrations of light, of that vibration of perfect balance, of peace, understanding, and joy, and the wonderment of the divine expression, the sense of the ineffable and the eternal. And so we bathe you now, beloveds, in this re-remembering of that part of yourselves, that connection, even as you experience this material world, even as this aspect of you has mission and purpose upon this world. But it is in the interconnection, the reconnection, the reintegration of this higher part of yourself that is divine, that you hold within your very embodiment and expression upon this world. That it is this, beloveds, to be ignited, to be radiated, to be in full measure in your day-to-day life, that you now are able to move into this frequency and integrate it as a natural way of your beingness upon the planet. But as you hold this frequency, as it becomes more and more of your day-to-day beingness in the world, as the great avatars of light have shown, you bring light, you bring healing, you bring comfort, you bring joy. So we come together as the family of light in the myriad of dimension and realms of the One to create this sacred space and peace for you in the re-remembering of who you truly are and your capability, your promises and partnerships and agreements. That will begin to come back and has been coming back for many. Yourself and sense of what it is you serve upon the world in only a unique way, beloveds, that you can do. For as much as you are part of the wonderment of the boundlessness of eternity, you are unique. Your song is unique, your vibration is unique, and is part of a cosmic orchestra, vital and important. And so each and every role is very important. And we say to you, beloveds, that only you can do what it is that you do in this grand, great plan of the divine. That as you connect, as you remember, reintegrate, and align with the higher parts of yourself, as this flooding of cosmic memory, insightfulness, instinctiveness, sensing, knowing, dreaming, being, propelling you on your path. So necessary, so important. For the time in the cycle as time has come, for the great unfoldment of a humanity, of a consciousness of a planetary system getting ready to be birthed into a new galactic frequency of expression. And it requires all hands on deck. And as we work together in the multidimensionality of who and what this is and who we are, it is the children of the earth, the children of light who have not forgotten. Their roles are crucial, important. And so we come together as the family of light in loving support of the children of the earth, to assist them in the remembering of their soul promises, their partnerships and agreements, their ability and their power, as they pierce through the illusion and the delusion of a physical material world, as they come together as the great children of light, the tribe of light, undesigned, divine purpose, divine mission. And so now, as that spark within us continues to grow, it is now as a great sun, as it blends with all the sparks of light, connected in heart and mind, as a great sun. And there is a sun behind the sun, behind the sun. And there is a great alignment of three suns. The sun that emanates from you individually and collectively. Our own Logi, Helios Vestos. And behind Helios Vestas is the great sun of Alcyone. And we together, creating this great sun, aligns, creating three great suns in a row. See very clearly, beloveds, these three suns of which you are a part. For you are the ones that hold the consciousness and the direction of this experience. And so it is your inner sun, the collective sun, that now moves into the top of a pyramidal form, of a trinity, of a triangle. You move your collective sun to the top, and we see the sun of Helios and the son of Alcyone take their positions at the bottom. See this clearly, beloveds, as the divine co-creators of your sacred planet in her ascension journey. See clearly that you are the great sun that holds the balance. See in this brilliance, this radiant light, that within it you easily can discern the three suns. And as you hold and tether the top, you bring an equilibrium between the son of Helios and the son of Alcyone, creating that alignment into a trinity force, into a trinity geometry. Hold your positions, beloved. Hold your positions. And as you beam in the brilliance of three great suns, your own, or logi of Helios and Alcyone, that in this brilliance that is beyond measure, this illumination of celestial light, creating in the highest realms of light, we now, beloveds, bring in our Earth Mother, the sacred Gaia, the Holy Terra. We bring her in and her moon into the middle of this sacred trinity that is multidimensional and multifaceted, linking into the higher grids of the higher worlds and moving into the lower vibration of the material worlds. This sacred Holy Trinity holds this portion, bringing the perfect balance once again into this creation and other creations connected to these suns. For we are the living sun. We hold the divine spark. We hold the creative power. And we see the myriad of the legions of light, all part of this divine, holy service to the divine. That we share our inner sanctum, our inner light, our divinity, and bringing light to the world and to the multiple worlds of great celestial bodies that evolve and revolve around their suns. that we hold the sacred Trinity, we hold the polarities in balance. See clearly the sacred Gaia in the middle of this Trinity of Suns, as this great light beams in, through, and around her and all of her life, all of her 7 expressions, all that's within the gravitational pull of her is touched by this light, bringing in the higher cosmic memory of oneness, unity, balance, peace, joy, bliss. Hold your positions and just see this radiant light infusing our Divine Mother, our Holy Earth, our Earth Mother, being balanced and healed, realigned, recalibrated. As we hold our positions, we hold this radiant light of 3 great suns, combining the suns within our own hearts, directing peace, healing, balance, unity, oneness. We hold this vibration a few moments longer. As divine, holy co-creators, we scan the earth, bringing balance and peace, healing where needed, upon the land, upon the waters, upon the kingdoms of the earth, of the mineral, the plant, the animal, and the human. And we take a moment to reside a little longer upon the human kingdom, the human kingdom who are forgotten. They are the guardians of the earth. That we hold this radiant light for the inner light of every human to find its spark and to grow it and to flame it. No matter how hardened or how hard it may be to find within certain ones, but nonetheless, a spark is there. And we penetrate all of the miscreations, the delusions and the illusions. We pierce through it to reach each and every heart. And we hold the light of the divine. Maintaining the vibration of unconditional love. And now, as we look once again upon our beloved Gaia, our Earth Mother, remembering our commitment to her, our agreements, our partnerships, our path upon her, with her, creating the new vistas, the new horizons. We acknowledge all those radiant ones who have worked with us. We acknowledge the great sun of Helios and Alcyone. We come into the understanding of our own sun we hold within us. And now the time of the return has come. And as much as we would want to stay in this sense of peace and perfect balance, we are to return, but we carry these three suns within us and radiate the divine Trinity wherever needed, because we have that capability to do so. To bring balance back, peace, joy, bliss. And now we intend to return, and as such, all those radiant ones who have held this platform for us begin to draw in their electromagnetic field. And as we begin to fade that divine Trinity created, with us being at the top, holding the polarities in balance, we see that as a last visual as we draw in our electromagnetic field, as we intend to be back fully in our body, anchored and grounded on the count of 3. 1, 2, take a deep breath in, and 3. We are back, awake, alert, and we are grounded.